Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name's EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And I'm here with the first ever declutter I have ever done on this channel. We're doing a whole series, y'all. This is a whole deep dive declutter into my collection. A couple of months ago, I up and moved across the globe, and that inspired a pretty intensive, harsh declutter of my collection. Now, before we get into the delicious declutter, I want to say a couple of things. These are oftentimes disclaimers that you hear at the beginning of declutter. I have been purchasing makeup for years now, and I am a lover of makeup. It's my main hobby, maybe my only hobby. I have received a lot of makeup as gifts, as declutter gifts, PR, and I never really decluttered my collection. I have sporadically thrown things away or given things away or sold things, but I had not taken a critical look at the makeup that I was truly using and not using ever, years upon years. So it's a lot of makeup to be getting rid of, but that's my story. That's what it is. All of the makeup that I received as gifts, that I've received as declutter, anything that I received as PR, if you're seeing any of that in this video, it's not any offense to the gifter or the person that sent me the makeup or the brand. It was just time to move on from that product. Also, this declutter happened months ago, so please don't ask for any of the makeup. It already has all of its new homes, and you would just be wasting your breath. Also, it's kind of weird to ask for used makeup from a stranger. Y'all, today we are decluttering single eyeshadows, and random eye stuff. So liquid shadows, mascaras, liners, anything else that happened to fall into my lap. If you enjoy colorful makeup, lots of opinions, and cute fat babes in general, and you want to see what I am decluttering, subscribe and just keep watching. So these all have to go. I had a attempt with liquid eyeshadows and liquid glitters from the very affordable Essence and Black Radiance to Korean Beauty to Stila, Milani, Pixie, Touch and Soul, Too Faced. They had their moment, but they don't have a long life, and single eyeshadows and shadows and palettes have just come a very long way. So these are all going in the trash. Garbage. The NYX Multitasker Mixing Medium, garbage. I gave this Makeup Revolution conceal cut, I don't know, their cut crease base thing. I gave it a good run, but I realized it just reminded me of concealer, and I didn't really enjoy it. I actually mentioned these recently. These are multichromes from Dawn Eyes Cosmetics. The first multichromes I ever attempted, and they came in these little containers. And as per usual, when it comes to loose shadows, I just did not use them, did not enjoy using them. This is a random red single eyeshadow. It's actually quite pretty. It's mono eyes. It's another Korean Beauty thing, but I have so many reds that I already love that I feel like this could go to somebody else. I love that I kept trying to buy this little creme brulee from Wet n Wild thinking I was gonna use it. No. This J-Cat looked like it was gonna be like a metallic, something between maybe a Super Shock or like the Touch and Soul pigments, but it's basically glitter, and it's quite messy, and I just, no. This was a random green glitter that I got from Blush Tribe. I'm just never going to use it. And these make me sad, but these are the Danessa Myricks waterproof cushion colors in Blue Skies and Totally Tangerine. I held on to the neon green one that I got, but these are a very watery formula. They don't work the best as a base or as eyeliner. So I'm just gonna let them go because they're a liquidy formula that's already looking like it's drying up a little bit. So I'm just passing it on. And by passing it on, I mean throwing them away. Oh, memories of like trying to learn how to do a wing liner. So I literally bought the Vamp Stamp stamper with the eyeliner, and the Vamp Stamp was like a literal, it was the first little wing liner stamp. And this actually is a similar format to the Danessa Myricks cushion color, but yeah, I have a black liquid liner I love, and I just never reach for this. It's also probably 2 years old at this point. Yeah. Another wing liner thing I was trying, you know, you get the actual little stamp and then a pen, and you get a right eye and a left eye. And yeah, no. More liquid liner fails. The Milani Fruit Fetish eyeliner was very weak and crackly. This Prestige liquid white eyeliner, same thing. And the JD Glow liquid gel liner, this is the neon green. The color is not weak, but the formula is not pleasant. And my adoration of neon greens and neon yellow greens makes this sad, but none of these are worth the effort. Let's talk pencil liners. The Persona Plum Liner, just not a fun formula to work with. ColourPop Cream Gel Liner, I think this one is basically done. Yeah, it fell out the last time I used it. Boots is actually one of the few ColourPop colors that holds to my waterline, which is why I use most of it. More neon green Sadness, the Urban Decay Jolt eyeliner was trash for me. I have a couple of the Ulta gel liners here. I tried 4 or 5 of them, and these are okay, but I have similar colors in formulas that I like more, or they're very dry. The purple one is definitely on the dry side, so not my favorite. I could never get the Glossier Play liner to actually apply to my waterline. The NYX Epic Wear and the Nicka K liners, they were okay. The Nicka K is not bad, and it's like $1, but it just doesn't wear very long on my eyes. The Epic Wear liner, it doesn't apply to my waterline at all. The LA Girl Pastel Dreams eyeliner, the baby pink one, it will apply to my waterline, but then it immediately gathers and creates like one like thick line of liner instead of it being on my entire waterline. So no thank you. I love the Marc Jacobs matte gel eyeliners, but I've had both of these for over 2, maybe going on 3 years. So I'm going to let them go. They also, the lids have stopped wanting to come off. So, alas. A few brow products, a couple of brow pencils I just don't reach for. the Maybelline Total Temptations, a CoverGirl one, a Wet n Wild one. Either they're too warm or I just don't like the formula. And then this is the Lime Crime Bushy Brow Pen. Didn't mind this, but I've had it for quite a while and it's mostly dried out. And I have a Milani one that I like just as much or better, so why spend the money? The last brow product is the Patrick Ta Tinted Brow Wax. As you see, I have, you may be able to see, I've tried to use this a couple of times, but it just doesn't do enough for me. It's just a no. The only like extra mascara I had in my collection that I didn't like is this Lily by Red. It was one I got off of Yes Style, and it was my bad assumption that the pink tube would somehow be similar to the Glossier Lash Slick, which I quite like, but this brush is not good for me. And a couple of other random brow products that I forgot about. These were the Tattoo Studio, like, little brow pen things that Maybelline did like a couple of years ago, actually. Pre the weird Milk Makeup brow things. And they were okay at the time, but not great. We're not going to look too closely at this gross storage container, but I had picked up a bunch of glitters from, I don't know, Amazon or something, and I'm not going to use them. I have glitters now from like Midas and Drench and other places, so I'm gonna let these go, especially since one of them exploded. Let's talk single eyeshadows. I've had this blue Adept palette full of singles that I was decluttering for, has it been a year now? It might have been a year now. And over the last couple of months, I didn't really have it in my head to declutter more, but I did. So I mentioned way back when that I could walk through what I decluttered in this blue palette, and I got some interest. So I'm going to go through all three palettes and at least roughly show you what I'm giving away, what I've moved on from. We have a mix of things happening in here. I also have a shattered eyeshadow that has made a mess of it. So just from like generally looking, I can tell that I have quite a lot of Coastal Scents that I have decluttered. I also have some Menagerie. These are ColourPop. Some of these might be Divina. A lot of these are Looksy. Yeah, some of these are Divina and Looksy. And then in this side, I have the mattes from Adept that I had purchased. I have some of the shimmers from Lethal. I don't find the older, harder pressed shimmer formula to be something I reach for. I have any of my ColourPop shadows. And then some of these are like good ones. They were just duplicates. So sometimes I'll make Franken shadows where I'm just mixing up like multiple leftovers from other shadows when I repan them, when I take them from a bigger pan into a smaller pan. And then up here are some duplicates that I had from, what is it? There's a brand, it was a brand that went out of business or like closed up shop. But when I purchased some of the shadows, they actually were quite close to some of the colors that I had from Divina and other places. So I decided to get rid of them so that I wasn't referencing a brand that wasn't available and I could give them away to somebody to use them more. So that is the palette that has been hanging out for a while, kind of a rough breakdown. This palette of squares is more shimmers from Lethal. A bunch of these are Adept shadows, and Part of the reason why I'm getting rid of them is because Adept has discontinued their single line. Another part is that they are colors that I just don't reach for, or some of these beauties that I've definitely dug into. Now that I have a more robust collection from Clionadh, when I'm looking for these darker based multi-chromes, I'm going to reach for my stained glass shadows. So there's really no hate towards any of these. Like some of it is just not a color I'm going to reach for, or I have other sparkly lavenders that I love more. So I was just trying to, you know, make some decisions. I also have a couple of Menagerie shadows because I really don't like most of the Menagerie shimmer formulas. And then I just had some duplicates within my collection between buying different palettes from them. And this palette is, let's see. So the little pans across the top are a mix of shades from the Drench Cosmic Oasis palette and the Midas Lemonade palette. So I actually made a bit of a Franken palette between the two. So I took out some of the warm tone mattes from the Drench palette and added in some of the yellows. It feels a little bit more primary when you look at it, but like this matte green with the yellows is going to be so fucking cool. The turquoise from the Cosmic Oasis, again with the yellows. I feel like the taupe with like, I don't know, somehow incorporated with some of these other tones. I think it'll be interesting. Yeah, so I just took out, you know, the Drench palette had a second red, a second dark brown, and then actually the brown and the green from the Midas and the Drench palettes were pretty close. And then I, you know, took out the like very true golds from both palettes because they're just not what I reach for. So yeah, that's my little Franken palette. And then a lot of what we have here, we have Luxie, we have Shine by SD. Like a lot of these are Luxie, some of the iridescents are Shine by SD. Some of these are just duplicates. Like I had other shimmer reds that I liked more. This is one from Colored Rain. What is going on down here? I think these are more Luxie. Some from Colored Rain. This is a shadow from Pretties for Your Face. Just shadows that I either had duplicates of or I just don't love the formula as much. Although, wait, what is this one doing in here? Oh yeah, okay. That's so sad because I was like, this looks so pretty, but it's not a formula that works for me. I almost mistaked Angel Wings from Luxie for Unexpected from JD Glow, but the formulas definitely are not the same. Anyway, so yeah, I was trying to really, I've been trying to like think about formula, duplication, and all of that. And so there are just quite a few colors and formulas that I have plenty of that I can let go of some of the ones that I'm not reaching for. And don't worry, I still have plenty of single eyeshadows, even having decluttered all of those. So there we go. Another round of decluttering in the books. Let me know if you were surprised by anything I'm decluttering in this round. And don't forget to subscribe to see the future declutters. But most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday because you are worth it. Bye, friends.